All right, here it is. Here is how we evaluate functions from an equation. So again, we have, we're going to treat our functions as machines. So this machine is the F machine, we have a G machine, and we have a K machine. And each machine does something different. The F machine takes a number, it multiplies it by 3, it subtracts 2. The G machine takes a number, it multiplies it by -5, it adds 1. And the K machine takes a number and it multiplies it by itself, it squares it. Okay, so each of the machines does something different. And then when we go to plug in, we look. So basically this, it says evaluate, it gives us 2 pieces of information. It says, okay, go get this machine off the shelf. So look, I'm gonna go get the F machine off the shelf. Look, I'm just gonna copy it. So I'm going to get the F machine off the shelf, and then what am I doing? I'm plugging 7 into it. I'm plugging 7 in for X. So that's gonna look like this. 3 times 7 minus 2. And then I'm just going to do the math. Order of operations, multiplication comes first. So that's 21 minus 2, and this equals 19. And that's my answer. Okay, right here. Look, I'm going to go get the K machine off the shelf. So here's my K machine. And here I'm going to plug in -5 for X. So I'm going to do -5 squared. What does that mean? That means -5 times -5, right? This means, remember this means -5 times -5. So a negative times a negative is a positive, and 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, now what if you get something like this? Here it gets more interesting. Look, it says, so this is, you read this like this, F of 7. That's how you read it, F of 7, right? Let's just write it. You would say F of 7 here. Here you would say K of -5. That's just how you say it. So here you would say G of F of 3. Well, what am I going to plug into G? Well, I'm going to plug this into G, right? But before I can plug that into G, I have to figure out what this is. So I'm actually going to take, look, this is really important, the inside first. Okay, I'm going to evaluate what this is first. So this is F of 3 equals, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm going to get the F machine off the shelf. Look, and I'm going to skip this step of copying it, okay? I'm going to get the F machine off the shelf, and I'm plugging in, so it's 3 times, right? The F machine is 3 times X minus 2, but I'm plugging in 3, so I'm going to do 3 times 3 minus 2. Okay, let's do the math. I multiply first, that's 9, minus 2, that's 7. Now I'm not done. I just figured out what this equals, right? I figured out this equals 7, so now this says G of 7. So now I'm going to take my G machine. Now my G machine is here, right? It's -5x plus 1. So I'm going to plug in -5 times 7 plus 1. Okay, so what do I get? -5 times 7. Negative times positive is negative. 5 times 7 is 35. Plus 1. I have 35 negatives. 1 positive cancels one of them out. I have 34 negatives left. Okay, last one. Here's my, look, I do inside first. So I'm going to do K of 2. What does that equal? Well, the K machine squares number. It takes X squared, so I'm plugging in 2 squared. Okay, so what does that equal? 2 squared means 2 times 2, that's 4. Now, right, so now this equals 4, so now I'm plugging in the 4 into the F machine. So I'm going to do F of 4 equals, now my F machine is 3 times X minus 2, so I'm doing 3 times 4 minus 2. Okay, 3 times 4 is 12, minus 2, that equals 10.